Pokemon has just released one of the best animated promotions and it's not even a minute long. So this animation was made to promote the Pokemon World Championships happening in August of this year, and because of that it is framed from the perspective of a young Pokemon fan on her way to meet up with friends and compete. Of course, a bunch of Pokemon begin to appear as a way to make things exciting. Seeing the Paldean starters right away makes sense as this is the first worlds in the Scarlet and Violet era. Pikachu and Munchlax are also there, and I think we kind of forget how much we used to see Munchlax in promotional things like this. But see, Pikachu will always be present even without Ash because it's the mascot of the entire franchise. And look, the girl who starts off the animated adventure even has a little Pikachu plush toy. Though I think it's kind of funny to show that it's a plush toy, it has very little eyes, when in real life they would just recreate the anime style eyes. But I do love how things transition into a montage of imaginative representations of each event at Worlds, and each of the 4 people in the friend group are competing in a separate event. First we get Big Guy in a Pokemon Go battle showing off Gholdengo and Melmetal, both Pokemon associated with the app either originating from it or having a pre-evolution form that was exclusive to it. Anyway, I do love seeing Gholdengo in animated form, it just moves so swiftly and really gets to be expressive. I didn't really catch that this was Pokemon Go at first, but then I noticed the cell phones they're holding before it begins, and then during the battle we see the hexagon shields. And while these animations are a super exciting imagination of how these battles would play out, don't sleep on competitive Pokemon Go. I sometimes watch the World's coverage and I think it's pretty neat. Then we transition over into the trading card game, my favorite segment, as the blue-haired girl plays Lugia onto the field. Seeing each trainer stand there holding cards in their hand while big dragons loom behind them makes it feel like a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. Oh, I love it. Obviously this is made by Pokemon, so they would know the decks that are popular and good in various competitions, but I really like that each trainer is shown with 2 Pokemon that are played together, one big legendary and one regular Pokemon, one side being Lugia V and Archeops and the other being Flaffy and Miraidon EX. As a TCG player and really a Pokemon fan in general, it's amazing to see all of this brought to life. Also, I know she's only in it for a few seconds, but she's the best character. Can we please just get more of her? From here we move on to Blonde Boy and the rest of his team throwing down in a game of Pokemon Unite. The fade into each of their mains wearing clothes that fade out is cool. I guess it really never occurred to me why the clothing in the game was called Holowear because it's a hologram, duh. I kind of feel like the segment could have used even more because there were 10 Pokemon in the match and we really don't get to see much of the plays or teamwork that would happen in the game of Unite, aside from when we see Greninja and Comfey and Lucario and Cinderace right next to each other. But it's pretty cool that they're shown together just like in the Pokemon Journeys anime. Anyway, the segment ends with Greninja absolutely ballin' and scoring a goal. Lastly, we come back to the main girl as she begins a VGC battle. I can't believe her opponent is using a Dondozo, but we don't even get to see Tatsugiri. The girl has Meowscarada repping the most popular starter of the generation, as well as a Dragonite that terastallizes at the climax of the animation. Might as well mention that the music for this whole thing is absolutely bopping. The main girl wins the battle and gets to have one of those really cool splashes with her friends and Pikachu at the end. This whole thing is just so heartwarming and it really gives me those summer vibes. As expected, the animation is top notch. I know there will be posts here and there saying, oh man, why can't the main anime look like this, and y'all know full well why it doesn't. For this 1 minute of animation, it took countless hours of work and everything shown is fast-paced action. I think that's always the advantage to what Pokemon does with having their main series a weekly show that does one style while these spin-off projects can play around with different formulas and visuals. But I would not mind if we got some kind of story or character-focused series that centered around people actually playing Pokemon, rather than fully existing in the Pokemon world. I know the main series anime basically promotes all of the spin-off games and products at release, but imagine how many more people you can get to actually play these games by allowing them to see the actual battles play out in that format. Like an anime about people playing the trading card game showing off the flow of a turn with some nice imaginative visuals would teach people how to play, and would show them how fun it can be. You know, just like Yu-Gi-Oh! And all the other card game anime that tried to be just like it. But for what it is, I love this animated promotion. Basically look at it as the anime opening for Pokemon 2023. The actual story is what unfolds amongst the fans, so let's make it a good one. And let me know if you've seen this animated promotion. You probably did, because no doubt people will be re-uploading it on Twitter to get free likes. But let me know what you think about it and what you'd like to see for the future Pokemon animation. Anyway, I've got to get back to training. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, especially the great Gators. Brandon Mork, Cheeseburger Lasers, Green Topaz 213, Justin R, Cosmo Zero, Meme Supreme, Michaela, Mochizuki Yoru, Nomad Nobi, Quago, Taijirai, Volity, and Pastel Blood. If you would like to support, get your name shouted out here as well as access to emotes for comments, live streams, and sometimes early videos, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for more memes. Anyway, this has been GatorX, I'll catch you all later.
Start your adventure together in the Pokemon trading card game Scarlet and Violet, coming soon. Products sold separately, cards vary by pack.